What's up, winners? I'm Sylvia Chagla, and over a decade or even longer, I have been obsessed with everything around people, around how to develop, how to turn ideas into reality, and this is all based on change and transformation, especially in this digital world. I have been learning, studying, and applying. I was one of the youngest HR consultants for an executive and was leading change projects within the biggest telecommunication merger in Europe. And I am today combining and blending Eastern and Western knowledge in order to help you to change the way the world works so we can all have more efficiency, productivity, and engagement and actually transform and change successfully. I have been doing this for ages and ages by myself, from almost homeless into a successful corporate high flyer, and today I'm excited and passionate entrepreneur supporting leaders and entrepreneurs like you within startups, SMEs, and Fortune 500 companies to create and make the difference they actually crave for. So don't expect any conventional HR and kind of those topics around this, but of course everything what is combined from street smart and book smart and many other things here on this podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am excited to go with you on this journey and winx today. Welcome to our first interview here within our winx community. I'm super excited to have here Engin with us today. He is a LinkedIn influencer. We connected with each other recently, and without further bubbling, inviting you, Engin, would you mind to introduce yourself to those here who don't know you?
Yeah, thank you very much for your warm welcome, Sylvia. It is a pleasure for me to be here in your community, in your Facebook group, and that we both met together on LinkedIn. My name is Engin or Engin. I'm the owner and founder of Engin Marketing. I'm a growth hacker and digital marketer. My main target audience are IT corporates, and I help them to grow their business or to have a stable business with also with a big why behind that, because I'm definitely sure if you challenge the status quo and also to close the communication gaps between end users, IT departments, and the solution providers, you minimize fear, you drive the change and make internal cultural change possible in the corporates. So this is what I'm doing the whole day. The whole day. Also, a new project at this moment, because concerning the COVID scenario and COVID crisis, now I'm also in a community for Microsoft Teams, with Teams Make School in English, as normally it's spoken. Teams macht Schule. We help educational environments to implement digitalization, to help also the parents, the children's and school environments to drive also their normal school units every day. So yeah,
That's
and
super
thank you
interesting,
for your
actually.
warm welcome. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much for your time, and we are actually here to talk about resilience. And I think one topic of resilience in itself is probably to look at, okay, schools have to now educate their kids at home, so not only working
Yeah.
from home but also education from home is going to be maybe not only now but after this pandemic very interesting. So what do you think, where this whole, I think I would call it the high vibe of digitalization, is going
Mhm.
to lead us after the pandemic?
Yeah, I think the situation will go back to the normal. I think also for 4 weeks ago, where the global pandemic started, to the shutdown scenario at this moment where we are. And for the moment, it looks like that we are in 2 or 3 weeks in a open the shutdown again to go to more to do more again, also with the work, with school environments and so on. For example, here in Austria, we have been informed to the end of May, maybe the schools open again, only the university will be still closed, and the digitalization of this whole environment will be definitely after that also a big topic, because I think also the parents and also the children or students um, have the right to become the possibility to make everything on the web or online, for example, also with Microsoft Teams or with Zoom or with other solutions. But the whole challenge what we have here is, I think, to have a scenario with an all-in-one solution, because at this moment there is a big problem and big chaos, because there is this solution, there is this solution, there is this solution and solution, and that is, I think, a really big communication problem at this moment. So, and I'm also a parent with 2 children at home, and this is really hard, because the ground school for my daughter, for example, have 2 solutions, also then WhatsApp or also email conversations, and we have 4 places where we have a communication, and I think this is really a big problem also for the children and also for the parents, because there is really the big challenge, and I think this is also a really big topic afterwards, and after the whole pandemic scenario. And yeah, it is really hard, yeah, with children at home, as the home office and the remote work. But for me, it is nothing new to have a home office or to work remotely. But the whole day with children, and then the topic and the time management to make e-learning and digital education for the children, it is, yeah, I think the next level, yeah.
Yes, so before our interview, we were just talking a little bit about how it is as a parent. So you've just mentioned the communication in itself, and this is one of your core topics. So what do you think, how could the communication for remote teams look like when you're talking about one place, about how to communicate with each other, actually, no matter during this challenging times or even beyond, of course?
Yeah, I think I'm a big fan from Microsoft solutions, because I also developed in Microsoft SharePoint 1.5 years ago. Yeah, that was all orientation process for me, because I was also in a development scenario in front and back end. And with Microsoft Teams, for example, yeah, or also the possibility with the G Suite, yeah, from Google, there has to be differentiated, because the whole world, also we talked before this interview, the whole world communicates with Zoom and so on. Yeah, this is video communication and also audio communication, but a collaboration work and really to work with each other with whole productivity about that, there you need a real platform for that. So for example, a real productivity platform or educational platform where you have every tool on one central place. Then you have not the whole gaps about the communication. And for example, with Microsoft Teams, you have this possibility. You have a central station for the whole communication, a central productivity platform where you can connect with all other tools, which, for example, you can make connections also to Zoom. That's not know everyone, but it is also possible. And you have your whole documents, your OneDrive, your OneNote. You can work with Trello there, or their own planner scenario for product management and so on. Or for example, I think this is also at this moment a little bit bigger, as the 4 weeks ago, Monday.com for the project platform. And there you have also the possibilities to make the whole connections, and everyone has to think about it and have to be clear what I want to have, which scenario, for example, or how I can think about it to work with each other in my corporate or also with my small company. Yeah, for example, until to 10 employees, or a company with 200 employees. There are 2 different scenarios, but you have the whole possibility also in Microsoft Teams, for example, for 6 months, nothing to pay to test it. Or you take the G Suite for Google, for example, where you have also everything in it, for example, with Hangout, with Google Meet, with the whole documents, with the Drive, and so on. Or also with Slack. The only important thing is that you have the chance to make the whole process on one place, centralized, that you have not the situation that there are really big gaps in the communication. And this is really important. Or for example, every day in the morning at 10 or 15 minutes call with every employee, one call to talk about the daily, for example, the daily habits, or also the daily goals, what you want to reach on this day, and yeah, or for this week. And I think it is a really big plus for everyone if they can communicate every day only for 10 or 15 minutes in the morning, and then you can go in your flow in your home office or in your remote work.
Mm-hmm. Thank you so much for sharing. And when it comes to your own resilience, because the whole interview actually came up because of us talking about being challenged, about being stressed, anxious, or struggling actually on a regular basis. So, would you mind to share your story around that, and what are the 3 topics what you would recommend right now, everybody who is at home, who's feeling stressed, unproductive, or even not able to focus?
Concerning my own story, it was 2016. I felt in burnout, and as for example, this crisis at this moment is nothing new for me. Yeah, so I know how it is to be stuck at home, also to fail in a depression, for example, or to have really big problems also with the time management, and everywhere you have to do something and so on. And I think one of the most important things is to take your time for you. And if you not take your time for yourself, to have a clearance and the acceptance about the whole situation, and about, for example, also for your work. Yeah, if you are employee, or if you are a company owner, it is not. It is a little bit similar, I think, for example, at this moment, because a company owner has also the same situation with home office and remote, and also the employee has the same situation. For employee, it is really important how the leadership is, also the leadership scenario has been done, and the whole communication again. But at the first step, it is really important to have your own clearance, your own acceptance, and to know what you want to do in future also. And at this moment, with the situation at this moment, what you can do. And if you look only outside, for example, also social media or on the web or in your company and so on, you doing nothing for you, and you do not do a favor for yourself. Yeah, so it is at the first point, it is really important that you look at yourself to have your clearance and your acceptance. If you receive this status, and that is one of the most hard work for you, because for example, you are always in a flow. Yeah, you work, or you have children, and you do your homework also at home and so on. And at one point, you have a lot of time for your own and for yourself. This is nothing new. This is something you have to learn again, because every human does not know that. And the mainstream outside, it is normal, yeah, that you run, and that you work. But that you take your time for your own, and to have a break, this is so important. And I know how it is after 2016, with my burnout situation and with my whole new orientation, because I had also panic attacks after 1 month of my burnout, and there are still some symptoms now at this moment. Yeah, it is normal. I've learned to live with that. I have learned to challenge my fears. I have learned to challenge my past also, because everyone, I don't know if I can say it also in English. Everyone has to wear his own backpack. Yeah, everyone has that. Yeah, there is a problem. There is a problem. There was a situation. There was a situation. Everyone for itself. Yeah, so it is. I think the best start point would be, take your time. For example, every day, half an hour. Take your time. Sit down and write down what are your important topics. What is your fear, for example? Yeah, it is okay that you have your fears. Yeah, this is a normal situation, and the fears maybe are also your engine to drive your own personal growth, for example. That you try to face that fears also, and yeah, I think this would be the best to start. Yeah, to be clear about your whole acceptance, your clearance, what you want to do, and how you think it could be go on at this moment with the whole situation. At for example, I know how it is to live with the children now. Yeah, I know how it is to live with them, also with a burnout scenario, also with my wife and so on. And the next thing is to every day, if you have a work, or for example you have lost your work. Yeah, this is a really big topic at this moment, because so many people lost their work and are
Mm-hmm.
unemployed. Yeah, there I think it is really important after this step to know where I want to go and to try this, also that you really execute some points, for example your ideas, that you ask also for help. That is normal, that is okay. That you validate these ideas with your for example with your family at the start point, or also with the whole environment in your country. Yeah, and because if you are at this moment at your home, as a stuck at home, and are in your home office, or for example unemployed now, and you close everything and you think, okay, I wait for better times, that would be the great mistake what you can do, because it will be nothing changed after this scenario, because COVID will not stop. Definitely not. We have a pandemic. Okay, the pandemic will maybe stop. The shutdown will be
Released.
yeah, we will release again. And after that, the big problems will come. Now at this moment we are at the beginning, and we have a economically cleaning at this moment. And the most important thing is to have your clearance, your acceptance, your ideas, and to validate that you will start to execute.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. I absolutely agree. And one of the things what I personally would highly encourage everybody to do within this me time, to start to move on a regular basis. We have such a sedentary lifestyle. Everybody is sitting, no matter what they are doing, if they are at home. Just start to move your body on a regular basis, even if it's 10 minutes per day, because this will support you not only to release any kind of stress emotions within your body, but gives you also strength in order to create anything what you want. If, for example, take
Mm.
actions, what you've said, any kind of action. So moving, meditation is one of my big
Yeah,
things. This is nothing
definitely.
woohoo, this is nothing super, this is what I do every single day. And another thing, what you've just said, is journaling, creating any kind of mindfulness on a daily basis in order to fill up your own cup, and then be able to attack and create any plans, any actions, and then have the
Mm.
strength to execute.
Yeah.
And one of my last questions, because once you have this clarity, once you have all the let's say you in your business, you are running your business, and now you've just mentioned that COVID is not going to be over. I
Mm.
think economically it might have a bigger impact
Yeah.
on many businesses and many countries in a way bigger a way that we can imagine at the moment. What would you recommend now a business, the number one thing in order to set up themselves for success for the next few months?
To work on to work 100% on a roadmap for their own way. The most important thing would be to challenge status quo at this moment, to make, for example, a status quo analysis, how it is at this moment, how is my business now. Afterwards, you can build up, for example, a new business model with a business model canvas, or you think about a design thinking canvas where you can take um, the challenges, also the possible solutions, and so on. Yeah, that you have a clear roadmap for the next 6 months, and in detail, and 100% in detail. It would be not would be more better to make the next 12 weeks, because in the next 12 weeks to you have possible more time at afterwards, and it is really important to have yeah, for example, your philosophy or your vision, your mission with your company, to take this down, to make your analysis, to build up your roadmap, where you definitely know how I can change my running business at this moment to a new business model, or to a new niche, to a new product, which would also work again in the same scenario, for example, with a pandemic crisis, because some industries have this possibility. Yeah, some niches has this possibility. For example, if you are owner for as a the English word I don't know, a hair cutter, yeah,
Ah, yes, and
a
hairdresser.
coiffeur, yeah,
Head,
hairdresser, yeah, thank you. Uh, and for example, these companies have a really big problem because they need to have the
yeah.
social
Contact.
contact. Yeah, the
Yes,
social
yes.
contact. Thank you very much. To have the social contact and not the social distancing. And they need help. They need the help also from the countries. So if you have a business where you can switch in a new business model where you can work with digital tools, then do it now. And
Hmm.
really think about it, build up after your status analysis, as a status quo analysis, build up your roadmap, make your thoughts about the business model canvas, think about a design thinking canvas, try this scenario with a 5 why worksheet. Also, for example, why does your corporate exist? And ask these questions after every answer again and again and again and again. That you know, okay, what is the core meaning of this whole corporate? What is the core meaning of this solution? What is the core meaning of this product? And if you have really this clarity, you can go out, communicate that, you can validate some scenarios with your new business model, and start with surveys for your target audience. And for example, you at this moment you don't know exactly who is your target audience, yeah, then also begin with that, define that, make your thoughts about it. How could it be, or how could the person be which I want to reach with my product or with my solution? Who is that? Who could be the name? Which genders would be? What would it be the demography about this? And what are their feelings? What are their emotions? And so on. You can also build up your own story about your whole corporate. So if you do not go out, if you do not communicate outside the whole situation, if you do not work with your status quo challenges, you will have major problems after this pandemic shutdown. And now is your time. Now is your time also to communicate. Everyone is at home. Everyone is behind their desktops or laptops, behind their email addresses, behind their telephones. So start to communicate, start to ask also questions for your corporate. I think that would be the best thing what you can do in the next weeks.
Hmm. Thank you so much for sharing. It's quite a lot to, I think at the moment it's basically to start with anything what you can do, to
Yeah,
start with any small, first of all, to take care of yourself, the most important thing, no matter who you are and what you do, individuals, leaders,
yeah,
teams. It's crucial, especially when we are facing any kind of change, because this is
mm,
in itself challenging for your body and your brain.
yeah,
And the
definitely.
next thing is to check in with the status quo, then make a roadmap, and then start to
Yeah,
execute. And again, I've mentioned it before our interview. I highly encourage everybody not to get stuck in perfectionism,
yeah,
but rather to go quick and dirty and start to try it out, to see, get
yeah,
responses from the market, see what is working, what is not working, what is the feedback, so you can adjust, and not to cook in your own kitchen for ages and ages, because everybody around this world globally is right now not sleeping but doing
yeah,
exactly the same thing, right? So it's
definitely.
all
Yeah,
about taking actions over and over again, rather than just planning and staying with it. Because what is, you've just mentioned it, 12 weeks. I would encourage to check in on a regular basis, because to making any plans for 5 years right now
mm,
is going to maybe not valid within 12 weeks anymore, because everything is changing so fast. Like, for example, this
definitely,
pandemic
definitely. Yeah,
caused lots of challenges what nobody has expected ever. Even though I just watched actually a TEDx talk from the Microsoft founder,
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates, exactly,
The
his name just
TEDx talk
dropped.
from 2015. Yeah,
Exactly. And this is what he's mentioning, where he actually mentioned and kind of encouraged people to get ready for this. And I was just smiling to myself. So get ready. This is not the first one. This is not the last one. And I hope
Definitely.
that everybody, wherever you are, that you are safe, that you are healthy, and hopefully also able to start to create, because we all need, first of all, mental and physical health before we can do anything else.
Definitely, because I want to say maybe also a great tip is because to work remotely or to work also in a home office, and the whole time behind the desktop or behind the screen, it is more it is really hard to work there, yeah? And to have the focus and the flow and to and so on. Maybe it helps also for your whole resilience to work with the Pomodoro style. For example, 25 minutes focused work. After 25 minutes, you make a break from 5 to 10 minutes. And after this break, you begin again with 25 minutes focused work. And this the whole day long, or you make a time management. It is different. For example, if you are a parent with children at home, it is quite different because, for example, at in my situation, every day is a new plan. Yeah, every day is a new time schedule because I have to check, okay, how I can make a great time management, for example, to 2 p.m. Yeah, after 2 p.m. It is easier for me because my wife can check the children, can look onto it and so on. Then it is easier for my business, but this is also in the morning really, really important, also, for example, with the e-learning platforms. Yeah. And to have a daily habit, it is really hard to implement daily habits. Yeah, I know. And it is everyone know, okay, it does takes 2 weeks to have really implemented a really daily habit. For example, with meditation. Yeah, you start with meditation, for example, for 3 days, and after 3 days you think, well, okay, it doesn't really help. Is not a good solution, because you have to do it constantly and for a longer time. Then you will see the positive effectiveness about it. And with meditation, with gratitude style, with to be thankful every day and so on. But there are so many possible ways what you can do every morning and every night before you go to bed. And in the meaning time between that, I think it is really great to if you make a break at 12, for example, or 1 p.m., that you can also implement there maybe 15 minutes meditation. This is something what I do, because to stress down, to calm down, and to have more focused work on the afternoon, because yeah, the morning is really hard with 2 children. So
So your
there I need
focus
this.
time is going to
Yeah,
the afternoon. Yes, I got
yeah,
you. So this is basically
and
where you have
yeah.
to be more productive.
Yeah, this is my daily habit that I can say, okay, for example, at 1 p.m., I lay down for 15 minutes. I make a meditation to reduce my stress, to reduce my whole thinking about the morning and about the whole situation with the children, to focus on my next half of a day. It is a really helpful method for me to work again after 2 p.m., for example, focused on my own challenges with my own corporate. So I think this is one of the best things you can really do. So I'm also a fan for meditation. And is this self-discipline? You have to learn it. Definitely, you have to do it continuously. And yeah, I think if you start really those daily habits, you will have so much impact after that, after these 2 weeks, for your own body, for your own mind, and for your own thinking about the whole situation, because you have to take the situation how it is. We cannot change it. We are all in this situation. We are all um, in the same situation, that we are stuck at home, with or without children. This is the difference, is the main difference from, in my opinion. But everyone is in the same situation, and everyone take this time for himself, and to think about it, how it could goes on, and not to fall in a depression or something. Because I know this is easy said. I know how it is, and I went also this way after 2016, and I can really give you the tips. Take your time, meditate, think about it. What is at this moment good? About what you are thankful, for example, to trigger your mind in a positive way. Or you take a guided affirmation audio. affirmations every day, to work with affirmations is really also great. So
just try something out and see if you can challenge your status quo, whatever
one
it
topic,
is. And it is
one topic that I not forget it, start to try out to begin writing, because my therapy was after 2016. I started to write a book. Now I really wrote a book about the whole story, and I published also this book. My second book is about my work, but I made a daily journal, and started to write this book. And after, I think, how many capitals it was, I think 9 capitals or 10, I think, I made a whole ebook about it and published it. And this was also a therapy for me, because this helped me a lot to write down the whole situation, to write down the problems, and to face these fears, and also to challenge this whole to face the whole challenges in which situation I was. And I think this is really a really great scenario also for this time that we are now here with COVID.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing so honestly. And about the Pomodoro, there, I use it on my laptop every single day. I will share the link here below the video, because it gives me an alarm, because like you said, flow, I tend to forget sometimes, do many things when I'm in my state of flow, creating, doing things. And in order to be able to recharge, I use this online tracker. So it reminds me to take those apps. I will share it here below, and I'm happy to share your ebook as well. I have the link to it. So thank you so much for being a guest here today, for sharing all the gems. And I am super excited to hear more, and I will share your link, because you are mainly a LinkedIn influencer. So Facebook is not your primary platform here online, right?
Not at this moment. It will start again a little bit more in the next weeks. But in the past, it was more Facebook and Instagram. Then I switched to LinkedIn. This is about my company and my positioning. And it is for me easier on LinkedIn, for example, also to get in contact with IT corporates or with IT companies and so on. And Facebook will start again. It already started again, but it will take some time to make more impact on Facebook again. And LinkedIn is the main platform, definitely, and will it be 100% in the next week also. But there will be some changes also in the next weeks, with workshops, with possibilities, with a new platform on which I work at this moment. And stay tuned, and you will definitely be informed about it. And it will take some weeks, but it will be finished this year.
Exciting. So everybody is doing something and is working on getting their business out, getting their business to the next level, and evolve within this pandemic. And this is actually called the Windemic Special. So I'm running and sharing lots of content with people, because like you said, you can face any kind of fear, you can go through it, and then take the fuel through this fear to create something what you might not believe at the moment. The two of us, we are proof of that. We are definitely proof of that, and there are so many others out there. Thank you so much. I'm beyond grateful to have you here, and I'm looking forward to talk with you soon again, definitely. Because we're gonna share our interview for LinkedIn. I will share all the links here within the Facebook group as well, of course, so we can all connect and support each other on different platforms.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for your invitation to this call, and it was a pleasure to be here. And I wish everyone happy Easter. If you what I don't know what I want to say. Okay, happy Easter, happy holidays, happy weekend, and I wish you all the best, and stay healthy, and thank you very much. It was really a pleasure, and it was really great to speak with you about this whole topic.
Thank you so much. Exactly. Stay all safe, healthy, and hopefully happy during this Easter. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this was insightful, informative, or inspiring. I would love to hear your number one takeaway. Come on over to winx.today and share it in the comments below. You can also provide any kind of question around remote work solutions, business and leadership growth, as well as holistic HR topics. I look forward to provide an aid to your queue. Stay tuned, winner, and don't forget, we can win X today.